afternoon, good evening. Please try to share the video. This is Dr. Oguname from Africa Ancestral Spiritual Ministry. Please share the video with friends and family. Let me try to share it also. Okay, I think now it's working. Finally. I have to try it like 2 or 3 times before it starts working now. Yeah, so I can see one person there, so I can see now that it's working. This is Nosadu Kezeka from Africa Ancestral Spiritual Ministry. Yeah, finally. It's working finally. I have been trying it like 3 times. I think it's because it was a new Facebook, and that's why it was not working. Or maybe it was because I tagged people on it, because now I don't tag nobody and I can see it working now. Yeah, well, it's okay. Now it's working and it's beautiful. So this woman is God, series 2. We're going to be focusing on the real nature of a woman. This way we're going to be focusing on the series 1. Like I said, we're going to be taking it very slow. On the series 1, we deal with who is a woman. Like, what is she? This name, woman, this creature, what is she? Good morning, Linda Bovey. Good morning, madam. Thank you very much for all you are doing. We are seeing you. Good morning. So today we're going to be focusing on the real nature of a woman. That word real, I will also can change it to function. The nature that a woman is supposed to function. So you can see it like that also. Because when we talk about women, this is something very sacred. And the most funny thing about the topic or the teachings about women is this knowledge have always been so common amongst humanity. This knowledge has always been there. This knowledge has always been available. But the problem has been, for one reason or the other, since the past like 3,000 years, a little bit more, but let's just take it from 3,000 years, some group of people have seen it as a way to kind of shadow this knowledge for different reasons, of course, manipulations and many things like that. But the fact is, they have covered the knowledge, transform it into something that is very confusing for people. For example, they will talk to you about earth, nature, God. They talk to you about all these things, and what they're talking about is one thing. So there's nothing different from a woman from a nature. There's nothing different from a woman in universe. There's nothing different from a woman and life itself. So the labeling, the categorization of different things, yet it also helps humans to have sense of understanding, but at the same time, it also, by labeling things, it also limits that deep connection of oneness. Let me say it again. Well, by labeling things for humans or for kids, it's good, give them the sense of understanding, but you labeling things also deny you of that sense of oneness. For example, a scientist will tell you everything is made up of atoms. So that means your share is not just a share. Your lamp is not just a lamp, and your TV, everything you have that you call materials or property, they are not just it. They are also a kind of a living organism or a living thing that is living within your own house. So that's why we that work with energy, we will tell you Our house is our temple, because why? Your energy have succeedingly kind of synchronized itself with everything. So it's not like you plant. It's not like you plant your energy in your house. So that's why when a stranger comes to your house, all the stranger can see is your smell, is your presence, your essence. Why? Because you live in that house. And everything in that house now is you. Why? Same time you are everything. Same thing it goes when it comes to the teachings or discussion of a woman. Really understanding that magnificent nature. First, that life is a conscious being of herself. Then it will not expand the understanding to understand that even the earth, the mother earth, is a conscious being, our own self. So we now, hello Nancy, nice to see you there. We now living in this earth, we are now like a living organism that you can see as a kind of like a bacteria, like a cells that is existing within this creation known as Earth. So the Earth is a conscious being. That's why things grow. That's why everything is connected to it. That's why our breath is an exchange, like a trade. Imagine how it works. You take in, you bring out, and that one you bring out is not waste. It's being also transformed. It's being used. Nothing waste. Nothing waste. Except plastic, of course. We are never supposed to have. It's just because humans are so dumb. Normally we don't need plastic. But what I'm trying to show here is the real nature, or let me rather say the real function of a woman has been completely misunderstood, has been completely swept under the carpet. Only few women on earth today have all this knowledge, and those type of few women are those type people categorized as she's so feminine, she don't have respect, her head is always up, and men always feel intimidated by this type of women. That's for sure. But what is very important to also know is that nature of a woman is not just something that is rising from the ego mindset. No, it's not something that is just coming out because she's a woman, she's beautiful, now she have to be this, or she's a woman, she's so wealthy, now she have to be this, or she's a woman, she's so short, now she have to be this, or she's so tall. It doesn't matter your look, your status in life. It doesn't matter how you behave or your character. No, that does not matter. What makes that woman, the real essence of that woman, has nothing, same with men anyway, has nothing to do with that thing she's projecting outside. Because why we have to be very careful with that. When you only view what people project outside, then it will give you a sense of always judging them. Because with a high level of understanding, you will come to the deep knowledge that what a lot of people project outside is only nothing but the weak part of them. It's only nothing but the painful part of them. It's only nothing but the part of them which they themselves are not in control of. Just for example, when somebody's always so angry, maybe before you say anything, wah, 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 like nagging and shouting. If you just only deal with what the person is projecting to you, then you can end up fighting the person, or you can end up hating the person. Because why? You are seeing the surface. So when you look at the when you look at the surface, you will always get it wrong. This is fact. When you always pay attention to just the surface and how they treat you or what they say, you will always get it wrong. But when you try to observe the energy the person is projecting out and know that the image being projected out is not the projector, this is just the image. So when you go past that image, then you will now see the real nature of the person. For example, some men always complain, my wife always nagging. That's like one of the most common thing men always complain about. My wife is always nagging. But when you just take away the character of the noise, which is whoa, which disturbs you, of course, naturally disturbs everybody. But when you take away that and go deeper, then you will see that that thing that triggered that nagging habit or attitude is an energy that is protesting against something that is not being digested. But if you just focus on the drama, then you cannot really get it. Then you will always see it like, why is this person always like this to me? Yes, you can never know why this person is always like this to you until you try to look deeper, deeper, deeper. Because why? Some attitude towards us is nothing but a reflection of our own self. It's a reflection of our own self. Just like, for example, relationship have ended, but you don't want to go. The other person don't also want to go. And now it's like two people stuck together. Of course you will always fight. Of course you will always break the things in your house. Of course police will always come to your house every day. Because it has already come to a point where the both journey have ended. So it's either you heal that karma there and start creating something new, or you really let go. But many people are so scared and they're so scared of being alone, so it's not easy for some people to just let go. But these are examples. These are examples of really not seeing what is being projected outside, but looking deeper within what is being projected outside. So if you look at the real nature of a woman, it's just simple. The real function, the real duty of a woman is very simple. Woman, after the creation, after she have done everything, after she have bring man into life, after she have done everything, now she have just three things to do, three things left to do, which many are doing very well. The first thing that is very important, that is the nature of a woman, is to nurture. To nurture. Nurturing is the first duty, like obligatory. This is very, very important, is to nurture. How do a woman nurture? Because the society have designed the mind of the people to the point that everything have to be straight. Everything have to be like this. Everything have to be like this. So that has now made people always get it wrong. So she is here to nurture, because why? She have created everything out of her own self. So now she is being aware of everything for her own self. But for that everything to keep on involving, it's our duty to also nurture it. It's like you plant. I wanted to show you something as an example. It's like you plant a seed, and then every day you always nurture the seed. Nurturing the seed, always nurturing the seed to help it grow. That's a duty. And how do women nurture? First, nurturing is not just all about your baby alone. That act sacrifice of you holding your baby to that sacred, not to that of the universe, I call it straw of the universe, not breast, to that sacred straw of life, That is just like a ritual to demonstrate what our duty really is. I'll say it again. That ritual of holding baby to feed them, to breastfeeding, is just a ritual to demonstrate what our real nature as a goddess is. Because to nurture is not just to only feed, because that was just like a demonstration. That's why they are showing it. That's why you're seeing it. That's to like kind of make example. But it doesn't end there, even if that's what helped that child to develop brains and grow bigger. But it doesn't still end there. That nurturing is something that is our own real essence. And that our essence is what now is being interpreted in our manners, in our doings, in our contribution to the society and to the development of the community. So a woman's duty, or the real nature of a woman, is to nurture life that is around her, which includes her husband, her kids, family, friends, nurturing. That nurturing is of a different level. That's why we always teach, before a woman can roll a flag and say, I'm God, you need knowledge. Because that knowledge is what really makes you God, not just that body. Yeah, because the body, you are not the body. The body is just reflecting the type of energy that is high now. You are not really that body. So she nurturing that child. She really giving that self of her own self to the growth of humanity, to the growth of our community, to the growth of our family, to the growth of our own life. This is a nature to nurture. That's why this is one of our first mission here, to help grow things, to spicing up things, to bring it up. That's why as a man, when you have a woman who is very good in these things, success is just something that you must achieve. Because why? Even when you are lack of ideas, she will whisper it into you. Not because she's too smart or too educated, no. It's because it's our nature now to nurture you. That's why we always use the word educate one woman and you educate a full generation. Because why? Whatever knowledge a woman digests in her body goes deep into her cells, goes deep into her DNA. So every child that is coming from her is collecting those information. That's why the education of women is very important. Because why? When you educate a woman, you are educating a full nation. Every seed that comes from her gets blessed. But when a woman is also uneducated, when I say education, it doesn't mean schools or degrees. Because people always get these things wrong. When we use the word education, they always think, but I did not go to school, I'm not in university. Those things are not education. In fact, those are even miseducation. We are not talking about that now. What we are talking about here is that full awareness of our real essence. That is what gives her now the complete connection to everything that she is. And now that everything is connected with her, then she is just like the water bearer. She can always nurture you. So that duty or function of a woman is to nurture. Then the second and most another important duty of a woman is protection. Protection. This always will make a lot of people, especially men, feel like, but how can a woman protect a man? How can a woman save a man? How can a woman be the one to protect a man? It's different than that. When we talk about protection, first you have to see it. You have to see it in a way that it's not all about Moses. It's not all about weapons. Its protection is deeper. What is the deeper part I'm talking about, Dr. Guname? Now you know you are a ghost on a ride. Now you know you're a ghost on a ride. You know you are not your body. You know you are not that meat. Good. Then the real you now, the real you now have its own cloud. And this cloud sometimes can always absorb different energy. In most cases, negative energies. That's always the most easiest things to come into you. So those negative energies will create now like a dark cloud around you. And those dark clouds you carry everywhere around will now be kind of affecting and reflecting your daily activities. That's what people now say, interpret like that they worry me, which day, family day, all those different things. Because why? Those negative energy now, the more it accumulates, the more it create like another type of aura around you. So when you have a woman or you are connected to a woman who is so spiritually oriented, and so connected to her own self with the nature that she is, when you come in contact with a goddess or a god like that, first, just touching maybe the skin is like detoxifying everything. Like, everything will just become so detoxified immediately. Just for you to share the same space with her first. Then second, the more you create bound with that woman now, the more a magnificent energy will now create like a shield around you. These are even one of the reasons kings have a lot of wives anyway. It will not create a shield around you, because don't forget, she is the essence of life itself, expressing herself to be aware of her own self. So when you connect to that plug deeply with her, then that shield will arise. Of course, awoke and pure spirit I'm talking about, not just any woman, of course. When she's not even awoke with a pure spirit, then she's toxic to you. So it need balance. Yeah, same way she can protect you, same way she can make you vulnerable. That's why we assess first what is important, which is the energy. Because we follow the energy. That's what we track. So when you are connected to her, she creates that divine shield around you. And that divine shield now is not the protection that's always followed that man. That's why you always hear behind any successful man there is a woman behind him. Doesn't mean the woman is the one taking all the loans from the bank to give her. No. That's nature of him, of the man, cannot be complete without that. Because why? She balanced his own existence. So when she's not there, yes, he can do well, but he can never do so well. Depending on what you interpret by the meaning of doing well. Because people now think you need a lot of high numbers in your bank accounts before you show to the world you are doing well. But life is deeper than that now. So that protection, nurturing, those two things is very important. Then the most important thing that is the third one, which is also the duty of the woman, is connection. Connection. A lot of people always commonize this thing. A a lot of people don't really understand the beauty and the sacredness of having a very deep soul connection with a woman. What people can really assess, what majority of people, like 95% of humans, can assess is love. Oh, I love that woman. I love her so much. I see how she feel. I feel like crying. That's love. Emotion. Love is an emotion, which is beautiful. The frequency of love is something extraordinary that we all have to be operating on. Very good. But it is still deeper than that. When it comes to connection, don't forget the first one is to know. Our first nature is to nurture you. The second one is to protect you, and the third one is to connect with you. These are only three reasons she's still here. This is the only three reasons she's still here. So that connection part is so important, because why? You see that love, that emotion you are both sharing. Yes, some guru will argue that, yeah, that is also a divine connection. That's where the love and everything was given birth from. It's still deeper than that. Because why? Love, that emotion, that frequency, let me don't even use the word love, that frequency now, that vibration there can be born even without a real connection. Wow. This will make people like, how is this possible? Yes, it is very possible. Okay, let's take a greedy man, for example. A greedy man. A greedy man who is always selfish and self-centered. He sees a very beautiful and incredible woman who is so independent and financially free. So a greedy man, the first thought that arises, this is my life. This is where I will live and this is where I will stay. Greedy and selfish man, don't forget. This is my life. This is where I will stay. That thought now connect with his ego. We give birth to a frequency and emotion known as love. Yeah, you can argue it cannot be the same frequency because it's not pure. Pureness depends on the interpretation of the mindsets. That's why a psychopath who enjoy killing, for example, can tell you the pleasure he feel while he kill. And you might say, no, that's a negative energy. There is a level of consciousness we get to. There is really there is no plus and minus anymore. There is no bad, good. There's no negative. But that is very, very far ahead. But now let's still operate a little bit low so we can carry people along. So that greedy man can give birth to a frequency which he will be expressing love, kindness to this woman. And with period of time, if he's really getting it the way he planned it, that pretense, there's a pretense, that pretense cannot transform his own self to what he did not even have in his mind at the beginning. That's why you see some men, maybe it's like, okay, let me just take from this woman, but he end up marrying her, they end up living all their life together. Because nature work like that. Same with women. So women must say, this guy's okay, let me just try to see the kind of money I can get from him. Before you know, she end up having first child, second child, third child, and end up as his wife and just stay in his house. Yeah, they might not always be happy, but it's always like that. How many relationships they're always happy? So they just conclude and keep it like that. Is it good? I don't know. Is it bad? I don't know. I don't judge. Those are not my duties. So what I'm trying to share here with you now is the divine connection with a woman, which is also our nature, the third reason she's here. It's something so sacred and so pure that is not attached to anything. I will say it again. I can say it so many times again and again. The divine connection with a woman is something so sacred and so pure that does not carry any strings or attachments. But today is very, very big problems for humans because why? A lot of humans today are so stuck in mind, ego, self-centered, mine. I want to have is mine, mine, mine. That's why you will see a man will say, that is my wife. A woman will say, that is my husband. You don't own anything. Uh-oh. Before we go, people will go angry with me for this. Yeah, but that's the secret. You don't really own anything in life. That car you think you have is, yeah, you are using it, yeah, you paid for it, but you don't own it. Nobody is the owner of anything. You are coexisting and just living and sharing and connecting together. So everything is independent of its own. That sense of labeling, tagging, ownership, that sense is arising from a very low state of vibration. I'll repeat it again. Yeah, you may not like it, but I don't really care because I don't talk to everybody, so I don't expect myself to always make sense to everybody. What I'm trying to share here with you is that sense of labeling and tagging of ownership is denying you and even what or that thing or the person you think you owe is denying both of you to feel the real deep connection of nothingness, to really feel that deep connection of without label, to really feel that deep connection of without tagging anything. And that thing right there is what have really pushed humanity so low. So that sense of owing, that sense of tagging, that sense of keeping it as mine, those are thought that is rising from the ego mindsets. That's just a fact. Those are thought that is rising from the ego mindset. That's why sometimes when I discuss with some people, yeah, they're very spiritually highly awoke, but that sense of this is my dog. You cannot have a dog. What you are doing is that pet, that creature now, which you are taking care of, what you are doing is you are coexisting and sharing your space and time together with that creature. It's an independent creature. Cat is the best example of this. Cats don't have time for you where you do all those things. She will just walk away. That's why I love cats. And that's why many people don't love cats. Because cat is so independent. So that independency of a cat is the nature of we human. Regardless whether you're a man or woman in this case. So sense of connection is the most and very important reason and function and nature of a woman. Because she's connecting you not just to herself, she is connecting you to the divine source of life itself. Because why? She is expressing life herself through observation of herself. So you connecting to her is she now is connecting you to life itself. For example, every woman on earth is the mother of all child on earth. I'll say it again. Every woman on earth is the mother of all children on earth. And every woman on earth is the sister of everybody on earth. Every woman on earth is the wife. In this case, people will say, oh, take away your ego, you don't own anything. Is the wife of everybody on earth. A woman is not a single thing. A woman is a complete package of the whole universe itself that is being present here among us. So, really limiting mind from tagging and labeling, that is something that has really break that divine connection. And this is time now to reactivate that divine connection. Then, if you want to see the full nature of a woman without too many of all this grammar, English, or talking, just look and observe the placenta of a woman, for example. Yeah, good. That's a very good example. The placenta of a woman. Observe it. You will see how it functions. That's just like another lungs. You will see how it functions, how it protects, and then connects, and then nurture. Don't forget that's where oxygen goes and come, and then it also filter the blood. I'm not a biologist, but I just know these few things. It also filters the blood. So that placenta, you can do your own research on how placenta function and what is placenta. Of course, women know these things. Some men know it also. So that placenta and how it functions is a complete example of the nature of a woman. The connection that keep it grounded, then the protection that keep it firm and remain grounded, then the nurturing that help it grow. Because the more it drops and the more it grows. That is exactly the nature of a woman. Like I said, this series I will be taking it very, very slow. This is series 2. So in this series 2, I'm just focusing on the functions or the real nature of a woman. Because society have bombarded everybody. They have explained and expressed these things in different ways that it's so complicated now. It's so complicated now. Many women don't even have no clue. Many men is not interested because why? The society has been designed into power, into force. But you know one thing that is very important for everybody to know? The origin of religion and science. Don't forget, religion and science, we can't leave them aside. Just like spirituality and science. When you enter spirituality, you have no knowledge of science. Some normal things you will think is a spirit doing it to you, but that's just science. For example, when you have high blood pressure. Yeah, some energy can trigger you to have high blood pressure, but sometimes it's just something very different, not cause your high blood pressure. So these things are always very good to connect. So it gives you a clear picture of what you're really dealing with. Yeah. So what I'm trying to share now with you is this. What you have to really know. The religious community and the science community was always dominated by men. Since human start documentation, was always dominated by men. And because men always dominate all these organizations, so it always helps men to be able to express it as they feel. To express it with some ego, of course. Express it with some of their ego. And same thing also happened in the religious side. Check out your book. Will you see a verse, even your religious book, will you see a verse where a woman is the writer? You know, so all these things played a lot of role that really suppress this knowledge. And this knowledge is something far deeper than just to label. And as a woman, God open your wrist and open the wrist of a man and create a woman. All those things are for kindergarten. Now, when you come to the full maturity of life, you will start understanding that the nature herself, which is a woman now, is the one giving birth to all things. It's giving birth to all things. So how can it be possible? Blah, 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 blah. I'm not going to go into that. That's not my interest. So what I want to share with you is nurturing, protection, and the divine connection is the real reason women are still here with us. And we need this. We need this. We need this. And another thing we really need to educate our women, especially about, is jealousy. Because jealousy is a thought that is rising still from that thought of ego, my, laboring. So those things need to be taken care of. Same with men. Some males have those problems, but these are serious. We focus on women. So those things really need to be worked on. You need to be healed. You need to be healed. For example, a woman was heartbroken in her past life and she ended up committing suicide. Now she have reincarnated again. It's like she swore with herself that my man will never touch another woman. So you have come now with your own karmic stress. It's a karmic stress. So yeah, you have to heal it. Yes, it's good you found that type of man which you people can be together the way exactly you want it is okay. But what is important to know that is still a limitation of expression of what life is. Doesn't mean you have to also go and share everybody. But what I'm trying to share with you here is that sense of being jealous, of being angry, of being jealous. That sense right there is a karmic stress that needs to be healed. Don't overlook it because this is me, this is how I want my thing to be. That's selfishness. So it needs to be healed. That's to that area. So the most important thing is nurturing, protection, and the divine connection. So I'm trying to slow it down because it's going to be a series, so I don't want to really rush it too much. So today we are just focusing on the real nature and the truths. Yeah, the real nature, the truth, and the function of this woman, of what she really is, of why she's really here. And that's really what I want to share with you this evening. This is the new Facebook account, so many people don't have it yet. So please always share it with friends and family. And if you have maybe question or you want to come in, please feel free. Feel free to call in and make your contribution or ask your question before we can call it a day, because the idea is to make it in a very little pieces so people can follow along. But if you are still listening to this now and you are still not listening to feminine energy, and why kings always have so many wives surround themselves, please go and listen to it. Then you can easily be understanding what we're really talking about here. Because these are sacred knowledge, it's really not for everybody. you need to first be ready for these things, so you can just easily understand it, which I also understand. Everybody, it's okay. So if you have questions, feel free to comment your questions. Tell them, oh, good evening, hi, good evening, Obrika, it's nice to see you. Good evening. So whoever have questions, feel free to comment your question. And if you also want to call in, maybe make a contribution, feel free. I'm just here and kind of expressing this new Aquarius phase we entered now. And one of the most beautiful things, feel free to write your question or call in so while I express myself. One of the beautiful things about these ages, these Aquarius moments, this is the moment now where we have to bring everything now to light. Everything have to come out. Everything just have to come out, and nothing can really stop this anymore, because This is just the time. This is just the time. This is the time we really expose humanity. This is the time we really expose everybody to the true nature, to the true understanding, to the truth of their own selves. And these truths is something we have to share. We have to share. Good evening, Sarah. Good evening, nice to see you. This truth is something we have to share. This truth is something we have to keep on putting more and more and more and more awareness. And more awareness. All we need is 7 million women. 7 million women, give me 7 million women, and we will transform the full earth. That's what we really need to just heal these full planets. So we have to assemble them. We have started already. From 1 is 2, from 2 is 3, from 3 is 4. We are keep on doing it, keeping on doing it. So we are calling now everybody who come together, lovers of earth, let's heal the earth ourselves. So really understanding the nature of a woman is something it's something so extraordinary, because the mystery behind that I will be going deep into in the next series. We have to enter the mystical nature of a woman. Then you can understand the real meaning of menstruation. Then you can understand the sacred energy hidden inside the womb. Many women have no knowledge of what is the real spiritual meaning of their womb. Then we can go deep into the real meaning of breastfeeding and why I call it universal straw. As a man, if your wife is breastfeeding, please always suck from the breast. I did it also. We need it always. So you need that milk. Yeah, you need it. You need it. Store it. Save as many as you can. Because all this knowledge, all these things is something is something that is very hidden and very sacred and is being kept. So feel free to ask your questions, and if you want to come in, feel free to come in also. If you have contribution, if you have anything, feel free to come in. Yeah, and you don't have to really show your face. You just can feel free, make your own contribution and your own if you have any contribution or you have questions about this series so far, what you like to understand more about it, feel free to ask it, because I'm just slowing down the series. I don't want to rush it. So that's why you see like a kind of like pause and start asking if you have a question, because it's very important we share all this knowledge. You teach your children, they have to know. You teach your friends, you teach people around you, you teach people that can connect with you. Not everybody will listen or believe you anyways, okay? Their soul will grab it when their maturity have get to that point. All souls have different level of maturity. You can't expect people to grab what they're not ready for. So the maturity of the soul is very important a lot when it comes to this type of teachings, or when it comes to this type of topic. Because why? When a soul has fully developed, then the mind stop wandering, the mind stop laboring, the mind stop judging, the mind stop tagging, the mind stop doing all of those work which is not really so important. So all the mind do then is you observe, you feel it, you let it go through you, you don't worry, because you are planted to the earth. So as it goes through you, the energy goes back into the earth. So that process of it really kind of like that process of that you traveling through that wave, let me use that word like that, it's kind of give you a very vast understanding about the topic or the subject or the issue. For example, just like you are feeling pain, don't rush and go and buy painkiller. Ah, my leg is paining me. Ah, my shoulder. Ah, my waist. Then the next thing you do, you run to the pharmacy and get yourself a painkiller. No, by you doing that, you are denying yourself ability to be aware and observe and learn from what that pain is. For example, when your ankle, let's say your right ankle, is paining you, that is a communication. Your body is a temple. And you can't just wait something just happen, the next thing you look is treatment. No. Before treatment is observation. You need to observe it. You need to try to resonate with the pain. And from there, you will see that sometimes the pain is just a bear to like draw your attention to something. But if you don't listen to the pain and you run straight to the painkillers, of course you will always have pain, pain. After a while, come again. After a while, come again. After a while, come again. Because healing is acceptance. Healing is acceptance. When you don't accept your pain, you cannot really heal it. You can fight it, but you can't heal it. That's very important to know. So, understanding the nature of a woman and what a woman really is so beautiful. It's so beautiful. So, as this series goes, we'll be going a little bit deeper. We'll be going a little bit deeper and deeper, especially the emotions. The emotion, because the emotion of a woman is something we all read to really, is even enough to open a study about. The emotion of a woman and how these emotions create things. Some family have problems. Sometimes nobody's involved in these problems. Track your emotions. How do you feel? What are your emotional language? Okay, you have a husband, you don't have, it doesn't matter. You have, you don't have, nobody have anything. So you're a woman, you're there. How do you use your emotions to govern your attitude, to govern your daily life, and to put it into your creativity? Some people shut down themselves when they do things. So it's never connected. That's why you are never supposed to do a job where you cannot connect all of you together. Because why? There's nothing more worse than you leave your house and leave a part of you home, and just because you're going there to work. So you come back and take that part of you back. That type of dual lifestyle is not healthy for the soul. It's because why? Every moment is an occasion for the soul to fully express the joy and the sense and the beauty of life. So when you are doing what you don't love and you think, let me just be doing it because I have to do it for now. It's okay, let me just do it. You think and conclude condition is the one making you do it. It's okay. That's your decision. It's fine. So now, what you're doing automatically is you are denying the soul some moments of expressing herself on our own existence, and then you wonder why you are depressed. Because depression is only a protest of your soul that direction, I'm not interested. That's the only meaning of depression. Those pills, everything they give to you is just for a pharmaceutical company to make their billions. So these things don't really need medication. It just need mind. It's really the mind that it really needs. So if nobody to ask questions or anything, then I have to end it for today. That is the soul food for today. Please always share it. I will share it, tag friends. You can also follow us on our YouTube channel, Africa Spiritual Institute. Thank you all for coming. And please remember, before you put pressure on any woman, before you put pressure on any female creature or any goddess or any queen out there, always remember that uh, our really basic reason to be here is just nurturing, protecting, and connecting. So before you put pressure on her, see where these things lack in our own life. So you cannot expect a woman who have never been protected all her life to be able to protect you. She don't know it. So you cannot expect a woman who has never been spiritually nurtured all her life to now come into your life and help you grow. It's not her fault. She don't know it. You can't expect a woman who has never even really make love one time in her life. She has never really feel sense of deep connection. Everything has always been on the surface face, like so you cannot expect from a woman like that to not come and give you that deep sense of deep connection. No. Balance as condition, as state, and then if you have knowledge, you can lecture her. If not, both of you can do research together and grow together. You must not know everything. Nobody know everything, but we can teach ourselves. You own yourself that responsibility to teach, to know, to find out. You must. That's a must. You know, no option. You can't say I don't know, I forget. No, that is even the animals don't do that. So you cannot also do that. You have to know, you have to learn, you have to grow. This is something you must do. It's like a must. Even if we have free will, yeah, then you have to get first to the level of vibration before you express your free will. Don't express free will in ignorance. You are the one losing at the end. So this is just the end of this series too. And we will meet, we will all see again in series 3, where we'll be going a little bit deeper and deeper, then deeper again. I thank you all for being here. I wish you a very beautiful evening. I thank you all for being here. I send you all peace. I send you all love. And I wish everyone a very beautiful day ahead. Feel free to comment your questions under during the week, of course. If I'm less busy, I will always reply. And please share it, and share it again. I send you peace and I send you love. For the women who listen, I pray for you that the sacredness of your divine nature been exposed to you. I give you this gift. I pray for you, for your divine nature to be exposed to you, to blow your mind. Everything you think you know about life will transform. This is the gift I give to you this evening. I wish you a nice day. Bye bye. Bye bye.